Welcome back to Diecast Resurrection. Today we are working on a little Chevy Blazer. This little beauty was made by a company called Kidco. So today I want to spruce this thing up a little bit, put some big mags on there, maybe do a two-tone. I think we should probably do a pilot hole on this one. We got bucket seats, 0 dash at all. Okay, we can work with that. A surprisingly fresh looking base. All right. So for wheels today, I'd like to try to fit these big meats on there if I can. They kind of have like a Rubicon looking vibe to them, which I actually kind of dig. Fit the wheel well, real nice. They're pretty thick. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to just throw a couple tubes in here. You know what? It'd be funny if I could just... You think that's going to hold it there just perfectly? Feel like it might just hold it there just kind of perfectly. Let me get the back one in there too. I'm okay if this thing sits at factory ride height. I just wanted some meteor tires to kind of fill out the old wheel wells there a little bit. Here we got ourselves a nice red-green axle. We got our axle tubes installed. Alright, we're clearly gonna need a lift. No problemo. So I tried going with a stock ride height, but it didn't work out. So I put the tubes right on the bottom of our base. And when the time comes to re-chrome the base, I'm just going to chrome those tubes and no one will be the wiser. It should just blend right in. So now we're kind of jacked up, but I'm okay with that. I do have another set of wheels. Let me try another set here. They're the same size. We'll save those Jeep wheels, whatever you want to call them, for something else. Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be way cooler. It's got more style. Having the white with the white walls and the chrome wheels, hell yeah, it even looks like the thing's got shock towers, but it's just the posts of the truck. Pimp. So let me get this stripped. This thing's looking pretty crusty. Check out that front fender. Ugh. I got a bunch of areas I got to clean up on this casting though. We'll just get started up on that for now. Crusty. This thing's kind of junky. Could use a little extra help trying to get this body line on this fender fixed up. So I'm going to grab one of my diamond burrs and use a little bit of Dremel power. There, I got most of my filing done. I think she's looking pretty good now. I have to do quite a bit of work on those front fenders to get her body lines back, but she's looking all right. One thing I would like to purchase, I would notice that I would probably have used it on this particular casting, was I think I might pick up one of those jeweler saws. And I think it would have been very useful just so I could run it along this edge and just true up the line in between the cab and the topper there. I didn't really have anything that small. Plus, I mean, I could also experiment, try cut up some castings and stuff. A lot of people swear by those things. Might get one of those in my future. I've never had one before. This all scuffed up, ready to accept some paint. So much better. I like that they did the hood properly. That means a lot to me, Kidco. So I'm going to head over to the spray booth. So I got our base here all cleaned up. I just gave this a good scrub with some soapy water and a toothbrush. I'm ready to do a little bit of Malantow liquid chrome on this bad boy now. Put a couple drops in the old chrome section here. I'm going to be pretty liberal. Pretty liberal, man. This should look real good. Once we get everything coated, we'll throw it in the oven. Let it bake for a little bit. I've got our base all recoated. Bumpers are looking smooth. Grill's looking nice. I got it all over my gloves. As you can see, I ended up going with like a light silver on our truck, and I plan on doing silver and charcoal, two-tone. So I want to have charcoal top, charcoal roof, and our center section on our body is going to be charcoal too. So it's kind of like a reversal of like what you'd expect. I was looking on Instagram, and there was a real beautiful blazer that had something similar. It was like light gray and black, but I think charcoal is going to be just as sweet too. So let us start masking here and see if we can't make this happen. It's going to look a little goofy in the front here because we're missing a few inches of our fender. You can see they kind of cut that back a little bit, so the fender should come out to about there. So you guys are going to just have to blame it on the casting if it looks a little bit goofy today. So we'll get a nice piece of vinyl here. Do-do-do-do. Then on the bottom, it should be halfway through the wheel wells. I'm going to use a thinner vinyl for the bottom because I think it's going to get around these fender flares and stuff a little bit easier. I'll go down a size here. This is a 0.75 millimeter vinyl. Should be a little bit easier. Working on all these Yatmings and these kind of cheap Hong Kong Diecast is really giving me good practice for when eventually I get a nice high quality like Hot Wheels square body. We'll be able to just do it up like a couple of professionals instead of bush aping it with all these Yatmings like we've been doing for the past few weeks. I don't mind the practice. You guys probably enjoy the videos. So what's that? You think this line is drooping in the back a little bit? You're right. Let us correct it. How's that look? Straight as an arrow? No? You don't like? Okay, me neither. It's a little bit better. Push all those down. Get that looking good. Alright, now comes the tricky part. Trying to isolate our roof and our little topper on the back there, which is going to be a little bit stressful, but alright, so we can clearly see where my vinyl is now, right? So I'm going to just lightly score my tape. Being careful not to cut through the vinyl, obviously. I'm going to just keep on doing that very thing. I'm going to just keep masking this thing up and get it ready for doing a little two-tone, and we'll come back and we'll head back to the spray booth. Alright, I'm going to say I got this beat. Doesn't really look like much with mismatched tape and stuff, but you know, she should look good once we get a little bit of charcoal on there. So I'm going to jam a bunch of paper towel up in there to kind of protect the inside. I don't want a bunch of overspray all over the place, so put a little paper towel up in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and meet you in the spray booth, and we're going to spray this two-tone. Back to the spray booth. Our charcoal job went on pretty easy. I love this charcoal paint. This stuff's amazing. See how she's looking. Are these nice crispy lines satisfying in any way? Is this like ASMR for people that go crazy when there's like paint spillage? Hell yeah, man, that looks like a blazer now. So I'm at the point now where I just have a couple little details to do. I want to do these humongous door handles, by the way. Look at those things. Those are like 8 inches. So at least a couple inches longer than what the average would be. Alright, I did some basic details here. And I'm just going to head over to the spray booth and give this a nice little clear coat. We'll be able to come back and I think we can do an assembly. I just got to paint the running lights on our grill. And that's about it. As you can see, I painted our interior black. I got our little details done. I'm ready to do an assembly, so just give me a second. We'll have a look at this Chevy Blazer. Man, look at that charcoal metallic. That stuff works great. I didn't add those sparkles to the charcoal, it just comes like that. And our white has a certain amount of flake too. I don't know how well it's showing up for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like to support the channel. Say hello in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. You seen that sparkle now? Hell yeah, man. Look at that thing.